welcome to my second ever manga haul video for March and April. Uh, this month I've gotten much more stuff than last month, I believe, and well, I'm not really gonna put up a conversation. I'll basically just go through what I got and make some little comments. Sorry for that. So let's start this. So this month I managed to find kind of a pack, or what's it called, a bundle of 3 volumes of Old Boy, which is a pretty amazing manga and which inspired a very great movie. Um, Here in Brazil now, a few of these packs of different manga are being sold because the company that translated them went bankrupt, so they're selling the rest of their stock, and this was pretty cheap, like $2. I guess it's like $2 or three. Yeah, perhaps two and a half, I guess. I haven't read the entire story. I have read only the first and second volume, and then watched the movie a few years ago. But up to where I've read it, it's great. I'd really recommend it. Another series I've gotten from that kind of bundles is 3 volumes of Gurren Lagann, which is actually my favorite anime. I haven't read the manga yet. These are volumes 10, 9, and 8. I really love this series. The anime is great. Everything on the anime is great. As for the anime, I'd really recommend it. The manga, I've heard it's inferior to the anime counterpart, but the art is still amazing. And well, it's a great series. The story is good. The action parts are great and everything. I'll have to get into the first few volumes because I haven't read them yet, and neither have I gotten them. The art is it's great. It's very similar to the actual anime, which is nice since it's very quality. Sometimes it's rare on adaptations from anime to manga, from the series that actually started on anime. They tend to drop quality. For another series, I've gotten volume 6 of I Am a Hero. I haven't gotten as many volumes as on last video, because well, 2 more volumes have come out. I really love this series. It has turned into one of my 5 favorite manga at this moment. I just read this volume yesterday, and I was really impressed. The story it started well, but it's getting better every single volume. As for this series, I also got volume 7, which I got today. Haven't read it yet, but I sincerely hope it's great. I've also heard this series has a light novel. What the fuck? A movie adaptation, and I've heard good things of it, but I haven't watched it yet because I don't know up to what part of the manga they adapt, and I don't want to get spoiled. Then, for my second favorite manga, The Promised Neverland, Volume 5. Also got this today. I got a lot of stuff today. Volume 4 was amazing, and I've heard the anime is great, but I haven't watched the anime yet because I want to read up to where it is in the manga, and the anime ends a bit after the ending of volume 4, so it ends on this volume. So once I read this volume, I'll start watching the anime. Now I've gotten like 5 more volumes of Spice and Wolf. I'm trying to get the whole collection of this manga, which I really manga light novel, which I really love. Oh, this is broken. I didn't know. It's a great light novel. Uh, Although I'm still stuck on volume 2, I have to get up to date. I'm also lacking volume 4 since I only got volumes 5, 6, 9, 11, and 12. Also got volumes 1 to 3, but I haven't managed to get the volumes I'm lacking from Amazon Brazil. So I'll have to get them from the US, but that's kinda expensive, so I'll have to wait. Volume 5 of Black Clover. I haven't, shamelessly enough, I haven't started reading this yet. I have this up to volume 5, which is this one, but I haven't read a single volume. I'm kinda lazy, so I can't really say much of it. The anime it's actually fun. A lot of people criticize it for being generic shonen, but I actually kind of like generic shonen. It's nice watching one of them every now and then. Now I've gotten Doctor Stone Volume 4, great series. It's getting an anime this year. Haven't read this volume yet. Well, I've read half of it, not the complete volume, but I really love this series. The story is amazing, the art is good, and I am very much looking forward to finish reading this and watching the anime. Watakoi, I got this the day after my other video. Also haven't read this one yet. I bought it because I knew it had an anime which I haven't watched yet, and I've been recommended the anime, so I decided, well, I'm gonna get the manga. Haven't I know a bit about the story, but not much. I do like the art a lot, but and the promise of two otaku in love with each other seems very nice for me. I really like it because I'm a fucking lonely otaku who has no girlfriend. Hehe, XD. Um, Inuyashiki Volume 5. Also haven't started reading this series. Although I've watched the anime and I really like the manga of this series, since Gantz is also an amazing series, which does get criticized a lot, but I actually liked it. Also, the anime got criticized because it has a lot of CGI, but I don't really mind it. One Punch Man Volume 17. Well, 17? Yeah. I've been reading the scans of this series, and I wasn't planning on getting it, but since I hadn't read the chapters on this volume the day before I got it, I decided to get it since I really loved the story of this manga and the art a lot. I've started watching the second season of the anime, but up to chapter 2 is fucking 8. The art here is still incredible though. Let's see. It's a great series except for the season 2 of the anime. The story is nice, the art is amazing. I also want to start reading the original online manga, which is horrible. The art is fucking horrible, but the story is still great. Naruto: The Last Light Novel, inspired in the movie. Haven't watched the movie or read the mangas. It's still sealed. Can't say much about it. It's just your average Naruto light novel. It's also romance, since it's the story of I think it's the story of how Naruto and Hinata got married or fell in love on some shit. I don't know. I've heard it's good, but haven't read it yet. Fire Force Volume 5. I read this today and I really like this. Some people also say this is kinda bad, but the art is amazing since it's from the same creator of Soul Eater, which I really like. Um, the art is great. The story is decent. It's not great, but very decent. And I really enjoy reading this. Once every time I get a new volume, I just read it instantly. Since I really like this series, I also it's getting an anime this year, which I hope it's good. Please don't fuck it up. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, Battle Tendency Volume 2. Haven't read this yet. I still have to finish the Phantom Lord manga, but well, I've heard good and bad things about this arc. But as for the anime, it's one of my favorite arcs of JoJo's. Some people say Stardust Crusader is the best arc, but I'm in between. But part 2 and part 3, so can't really say. Jonathan is Jonathan. Joseph, sorry. Joseph is definitely either the best or second best protagonist of JoJo so far. It's going to fall eventually. Soul Eater Volume 20. I've watched the anime and I've read a bit of the manga. I haven't finished the manga, but since I'm getting Fire Force and this was real cheap, I decided to get it also. The art is amazing as always, and the story is great. Although I have to finish the actual manga someday. I just bought it because it was cheap. I don't really plan on collecting this. Now what was this manga's name on English? Well, I fucking forgot. It's the manga from that one football manga from Oliver Atom. What's the name? Captain Tsubasa. I really liked the anime when I was a kid. I used to watch it, and this was really cheap. Like, it came on one of those 3 manga packs, so I decided to get it since those manga packs are like half of the price of a volume. So it was a great find, in my opinion. I bought 2 of these, which each came with 2 volumes, the same 2 volumes of Captain Tsubasa. I ended up giving as a gift to a friend the other 2 volumes that I got repeated from this. And now I'll show what came in between both packs, which is kinda, well, not my style. With one of the packs came a volume of Ikitozen, which is a kinda decent ecchi battle shonen or something. I watch a bit of the anime, but I really haven't read the manga. And then it's this. I don't know this series, and I think it's hentai. I don't really know. I'll have to look into it. I sincerely hope no one in my house finds this shit and open this because it has some very, very, well, let's say juicy things. Well, and that was the. No, wait, there's one volume left. The 5th and last volume of Children of the Sea. I really haven't started reading these yet. Sorry for the pause. I really haven't started reading this yet, and I originally bought three of the volumes because, sorry for the pause again, I'm a bit sick. I originally bought three of the volumes because I thought it was the manga Children of the Whales, which has been recommended to me a lot, and since it's only 5 volumes long, I decided, what the fuck, to get it all. I'll have to get into this, and it has two like short episodes on movies in anime form, but I don't really know much about this one. And that was it for this episode. It's a lot longer than the first one. I think I'll do the next one once my next Spice and Wolf pack arrives, since I ordered 5 more volumes from Amazon. Well, that was it. I am Laker, and goodbye, I guess. Fucking weeps.